Welcome to our home on this March, in this March weather. We're having some really cold, windy, rainy weather. It's kind of exciting. All right, so today is about trust. And I'm going to share a story that I know that I've shared here, but it's with a different feeling, a different purpose today. So when I was 20 years old, I was a nursing student at Columbia University in New York City, and I almost died. Actually, I came very, very close to dying. And it was December, and the doctor, the nurse in charge of me as a nursing student, called my parents in Buffalo, New York, and said, if you want to see your daughter one more time, you need to come immediately because we're losing her. And my parents had no idea that I was even sick. And I developed sepsis, probably from a dental procedure that wasn't handled correctly. And I was in the isolated ICU getting the best care that New York City had to offer. And still, I was dying. And my mother somehow got on a plane to get to New York City, and while she was sitting on the plane, she realized that the chances that I wouldn't even be alive when she got there were very great. And she also realized she had two choices. She could completely panic, fall apart, just cry the entire way to New York City, or she could trust God. And my mother is a very simple person. She's not highly educated, but she's educated in the heart. And she decided she was just going to trust and put my life in the hands of God. And she said, as she consciously did that, she felt this presence come into her body. Like she just felt so changed. And really, that was like the highlight of her life. She lived to be 90, and she always says that is when I felt the closest to God, when I was able to trust. So anyway, she arrived at the hospital, and the nurse was taking her to my room. Meanwhile, I had actually left my body, and I was seeing my body. And I was seeing there was a group of doctors outside of the room, and I saw my mother approaching. And the head doctor, this is like the head of the whole big, huge Columbia Presbyterian Hospital. I got really good care. And he said, I'm sorry, but we are losing your daughter. And there's nothing that we can do. Can I walk you into her room? Because she doesn't look the same. And my mother said, no, I'm going by myself. And the minute she touched the door to go in, I came back into my body. I became conscious again, and she walked over and said, I'm here. I said, I need you so much. And from then on, slow, but it took time, but I progressively got better and better. And I do believe that I am alive because my mother trusted. So I share this story. It's just an amazing story for me, but I want to share it today because we are all being called upon, especially those of us that live in this country, the United States, because there's a lot going on that's scary, that makes us upset. I mean, you'd have to be so completely isolated that you don't get any news, you don't see any people, to not know that these are not good times in our country. There's protests all over in the major big cities. People are really upset, and I feel, of course, we need to do things. The protests are good. The calling our congressmen and women, writing letters. That's all really good. Praying. What's not good is to fall into despair, and to not trust. And that's what my mother realized in the plane, is that she could fall into that total despair, and then she would not have had the power. She had a lot of power when she walked into my room. She had the power of trusting in God, and that's where we need to be. I know that for myself, and it's something I work on every single day. As I don't watch a lot of news. I watch it a little bit, but you hear it everywhere that you go. It's hard. You can't just isolate yourself from what's going on. But I know that we need to trust that we are being taken care of, and that there's a higher power protecting us. So just as a conclusion to this, and Barry doesn't know this, but 2 days ago I was at our post office, the little Aptos post office, and I don't know all the people and the people behind the counter, but there's a woman, and I'd seen her before, and she's in her maybe, I don't know, late 50s, I'd say, and she had done her hair really nice with braids and stuff, and I complimented her, and she smiled, and then it was back to business. I had 2 packages, and how do you want it sent? Do you want a signature? And then all the questions. It was typical post office. Nothing special, really. And as I was paying for the shipping for the packages, she very gently took my hand and looked me in the eye, and she said, "We just need to trust." Isn't that amazing? Isn't that a beautiful message?
Wow.
I know. I haven't told you that.
Of course, you're giving her appreciation right away in the beginning. Probably helped her heart to open to that message too.
That's true. That's true. We had a energetic, nice, even though we were doing all the post office stuff.
Yeah.
And so that is the message, and I'm giving that to myself every day. As I find myself, I hear things, and I start to lose trust. That we need to trust that God is more powerful than all that's happening right now. We need to trust and keep our peace. And that in that way we will be more powerful to bring about change.
Wow.
And Barry has the most beautiful song.
Thanks. Oh boy, that story that Joyce told about almost dying and about her mother, that always really touches me, the power of a mother's love. And I can't help but even remember some of you who have read Harry Potter, the stories. One of the key elements of that whole story was the love of Harry Potter's mother that protected him.
Right.
The powerful love of him. The mother's love is, father's love too, but that love is so protective. Those of you who have parents, I think we all have parents, those of you who have children, that is a powerful love. Powerful love. And then, this song I wrote it's about really trusting that we're all hoping and praying for a miracle, whether it's in this country, in your family, in your heart, whatever it is. We're praying and hoping that a miracle could happen. And the truth is, and this is a mind-blowing truth, but the miracle that we're praying for is already happening. And so that's why I wrote this song.
Such a beautiful song. They're all my favorites, but this is one of my real favorites.
Okay. I know there's a miracle unfolding right now. It doesn't even matter that I don't know quite how. I just have to trust while I quiet my doubts, and then watch the miracle appear. I know there's a miracle unfolding right here. The dark clouds will pass and the sky will get clear. Love will come through, so there's nothing to fear. We'll surely see the miracle appear. I know there's a miracle unfolding right now. It doesn't even matter that I don't know quite how. I just have to trust while I quiet my doubts, and then watch the miracle appear. I know there's a miracle unfolding right here. The dark clouds will pass and the sky will get clear. Love will come through, so there's nothing to fear. We'll surely see the miracle. We'll surely see the miracle. We'll surely see the miracle appear. All right, so close your eyes a moment and hold the big trust in your heart. You can't see what the plan is. You can't see what's going to happen. You can't see how your prayer is going to be answered. You can't see how the miracle is happening right now. But that's the big trust. The big trust. To know, to actually trust. The miracle is already happening. All right, open your eyes, take a breath. I know it's a big one. I know it's a lot that we're asking here right now. But there is a miracle unfolding right now. All right?
It's beautiful. So, yeah, we're asking all of us, including the two of us, to not slip into despair, but to really trust, even though we don't know how it's going to work out, but to trust. So, we want to thank you for watching our videos, and we just enjoy doing this so much, and we enjoy hearing from you. Your comments just mean everything. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Barry, for a beautiful song.
Thank you for helping my heart with that story. That was beautiful. And thank you too. Thank you.